Okay, girl, so you know I'm always chatty Cathy whenever you come over, so you know I got something to talk to you about. And this might sting just a little bit, so come close. I'm gonna hold your hand while I say this, because I see that you have been looking for your tribe, you've been begging for a bestie, you've been searching for a friendship circle or a sister circle and all of those wonderful things. But listen, what you have been begging for and looking for is within. You cannot outsource the love that you need to give to yourself. You have been begging and pleading and searching high, low, and middle ground for somebody to be your bosom buddy, your ride or die, your good Judy. But the good Judy that you're looking for is within you. What if I told you that you will never find your bestie for the restie until you learn to be your own bestie? You gotta do it yourself. I believe in becoming what we need. So if you need a good friend, become your own good friend. If you need a ray of sunshine, become your ray of sunshine. If you need some sweet joy, become your own sweet joy. Literally everything that you need is within you. So that's what we're going to talk about today. How to truly be your own best friend. How to thoroughly fall in love with yourself. And you're not hearing this from somebody that's just like preaching what she's seen and what she's heard. I'm preaching what I know. I'm telling you what I have experienced. I'm telling you what I feel on the inside of me. I'm telling you, I am preaching from experience. I am not coming from a road that I've never driven. I have driven up and down that road, from collecting people, from looking over red flags just to have friends. I've done it. But listen, there came a time, and I believe, I don't know what it is about turning 40. Turning 40 has just completely transformed me from the inside out and the outside in. When I got to a place where I was no longer seeking the validation or the love from any outside source, I finally fell in love with myself. I learned to spend time with myself to get to know me. And once I did that, I was like, oh girl, you dope. You're fun and you're funny. You're a riot. You are dope to be around. And don't get me wrong, there is nothing wrong with community. I am a girl's girl through and through, up and down, in and out. I am obsessed with my sisters. I have some amazing friends. I have some incredible friends. My village is thick and strong, trust me. So I'm not speaking against community. I'm not speaking against having your girl group and, you know, your tribe. I'm not speaking against that. However, if you are not your own tribe,
they will fail you.
You will be placing expectations on people who cannot fulfill those needs because you don't even know it, but you're desiring a love so deep that only you can give to yourself. That's what we're going to talk about today, how to fall in love with yourself and be your own bestie for the restie. So grab you something to drink. Girl, I'm drinking water because I'm a little dehydrated. It's hot. It is hot. So I'm grabbing my lemon water and let's get into today's episode. Hey girl, welcome back. I'm so glad that you are here. If this is your first time here, hey there. My name is Shamika. I am your best friend, your favorite cousin, your little sister, your big sister, your friendly neighbor, your prayer partner, your accountability partner, all the wonderful things. And I help women discover the very best version of themselves and step into their soft grace. I create content surrounding femininity, faith, and all things wonderful and beautiful for the good girlies out there. So if that is your vibe, stick around and subscribe. I would love to have you as a part of this community where we believe that every day in every way we get better and better. Okay, so let's talk about what it really means to become your own best friend. You have mastered the art of showing up for everybody. You show up and you show up big for every single body. All of the girlies know that when it comes down to the come down, they can count on you. Now it is time to show up for you. So here's how we're going to do it in just 4 steps. Number 1, you are going to talk to yourself like you are someone that you love. That is the first way to build a deep friendship with yourself. You know that you wouldn't talk to your bestie in any type of way, and you wouldn't allow anybody else to talk to your bestie in any type of way. So you're going to treat yourself that same way. So if you have on an outfit and it's not as flattering as you would like it to be, you're not going to talk down on yourself. You're not going to say,
oh my God, look at these rolls. Look at this cellulite. you, like, look at my hips. I look so wide. I look so fat. I need to lose weight. And, you know, I've been trying to lose weight forever. I'm never going to lose weight. I'm never going to be attractive. They don't look at me like that. I'm never going to look like those girlies over there.
You're not going to talk to yourself like that. You're going to look in the mirror every single day and speak well of yourself and speak kindly to yourself. You're going to speak positive affirmations over yourself. Why? Because you're falling in love with yourself. Who's going to fall in love with somebody that speaks to them terribly? Nobody. Nobody's going to be in love with someone that speaks down to them, that does not have good thoughts toward them. And then not only do they think it, they actually say it. Nobody's going to fall in love with somebody like that. So make sure that while setting this foundation of friendship and laying the good, solid foundation, that you're speaking kind words to yourself, about yourself, and over yourself. Do the mirror work. Look in the mirror and be like, hey girl, good morning, with your beautiful, juicy self. This is how I talk to myself. Come on, girl, with these lashes. You look amazing. Your heart is as beautiful as your face. Like, oh, you got your hair done today. You looking mighty fine, girl. Yes. Talk to yourself. Even if it's not the cutest outfit, find something cute about the outfit and compliment yourself. And do it over and over and over again as often as you can, so that you can fall in love with the reflection that's looking back at you. And she's mighty fine. She's beautiful. She's dope. She's cutesy. Yeah. If you're working on a project, or a project for school, or a project for work, or for church, or anything that you're working on, and you make a mistake, or you find an error that you made, or someone else finds an error that you made, how do you respond to that? Do you speak down to yourself?
Oh my God, I'm always messing up. I'm such a mess up. My whole life is messed up. Nothing is going right. I just hate it here. I can't stand this about me. I can't stand that about me.
Like, you wouldn't let somebody talk to your bestie like that. You wouldn't let somebody talk to your little baby sister like that. So why do you tolerate that for you and from you? Why do you tolerate that instead of saying, you know what, it didn't go as planned, however, I'm proud of you for trying, girl. You put your best foot forward. Or even if there is a mistake with the project, find one positive thing to point out and celebrate that. There's something to celebrate. Look around in the project or in the whatever it is that you're working on and find one thing to celebrate instead of just being so downtrodden about the whole thing. Don't throw the whole thing away. There's something good in there. Find it and celebrate it. And don't speak to yourself like a stranger. Sometimes we're nicer to strangers than we are to our own self. You know what the Bible says? The Bible says, love your neighbor as yourself. So that means that you have to first love yourself before you can love anybody else. That's why I said we're looking for a tribe and looking for a sister circle, but we have to start with ourselves. Charity begins at home. It all starts right here, and then you will know how to love home, girl. You know what I'm saying? So learn how to speak very kindly, very nicely, very cutesy, very mindful to yourself, so that you're building a long-lasting, loving friendship with yourself. You are worth it and you deserve that. Another thing that we will do to fall in love with ourselves is to spend time with our younger self. Now, this one is a doozy. I'm gonna tell you, because when you sit with her, some things might come up that you might need to talk to somebody about. You might need to speak to a therapist or a friend or your parents about. But what I learned when I started spending time with my younger self, I returned to a place of joy. I returned to a magical, whimsical place, and I remembered how big I used to dream. She was happy. Little Shamika, she was happy. She didn't have every single thing. There was no silver spoon in her mouth. There was no big castle that she lived in, and she didn't get every single thing that she wanted. But baby, she had a strong child faith that just believed the impossible, that believed that anything could happen. I mean, she dreamed big. And when I started spending time with her, she reminded me of the things that we used to dream about back in the day. She reminded me the fun that we used to have by simply being a kid. And I returned to that at least once a month. At least once a month, I sit with little Shamika, and I don't have to remind her of much, but she sure reminds me of the fun that we had before we got so focused on growing up and being grown and having these adult-like problems. And it had me return to a childlike faith, because I remembered how well I believed, or how big I believed, or how much I believed. I didn't think that anything was impossible. I could do it all. If I wanted to walk on the moon, if I wanted to be the president, president, if I wanted to, be a lawyer, whatever I wanted, I believed with my childlike faith that it could happen. She reminds me of that, and honey, she gets me together at least once a month, because sometimes we can look at things, we can look at our life, what it is right now, and kind of lose hope and lose faith because we're so focused on what we see versus on what we are believing for. She reminds me, it's possible. Nothing is too big for you. You deserve it all. You deserve the good things. Y'all know I always say goodness and mercy is following you. That's what the word says. That child believes it. If God said it, I believe it. Think about how you were as a child. If your mother said, okay, mommy, can we go to the park? Yes, we can go to the park. We won't go now, but we'll go later. You got excited just based off of your mother's word. Or if you said, mommy, can we get McDonald's? Or daddy, can we get some Wendy's? Even if they didn't stop what they were doing and get it to you now, if they said it's coming, you believe for it. So you got excited about it. That is what we should do as adults. If God said it, woo! If the Father said it, I have enough faith to believe what my Father said. If he said I'm the head and not the tail, if he said that goodness and mercy is following me, if he said that he would give me all of the good things that are coming to me, if he said that he would open the windows of heaven and pour me out a blessing that I won't have room to receive, if he said that if he is for me, who can be against? If he said all of these things, I can get excited just because he said it. I believe it. Whatever my Father says, I believe. I don't believe the circumstances that I see. I believe what my Father said. She reminds me, honey, she reminds me that adulting is not only about figuring things out and making things happen. There is a great joy that she brings when she comes to visit me once a month or when I go see her. Okay. When I sit with her, she gives me incredible joy. Like, I see her running around, having fun. I see her playing. She reminds me to figure out a way to have fun, figure out a way to insert joy. That's where I got micro joys from. Even if I can't do something big like go to Disneyland or Cedar Point or, go bowling or Top Golf or whatever. If I can't do anything like that, I can find micro joys, little ways to insert joy into my day. So that's one of the ways that I fell in love with myself, is by spending time with young Shamika. That's my homegirl. She does not disappoint when we have our visits. She does not disappoint. So try that. Sit with your younger self. Now, if some things didn't happen in your life, or if some things did happen that weren't so great and your younger self might remind you of it, it's okay. Sit with it. Talk about it, journal about it, pray about it. Maybe you need to talk to someone else to get some tools that will help you heal from it. But then also find any type of good thing or any type of joyous occasion that your younger self can remind you of, and take that with you into your adult life. I'm telling you, that's how you build a solid friendship. Also, how do you know where you're going if you don't know where you came from? Woo, that's a whole nother episode, girl. That's a whole nother episode. Okay, number 3, keep your word to yourself. No matter who you have a relationship with, trust is number 1. You cannot be with a man that you don't trust. You cannot be in a friendship that you don't trust. To some degree, we even organically trust our parents. Even that relationship is built on trust. So if you say to yourself, I'm going to start my new diet on Monday, and you don't, or I'm going to go to bed early tonight so that I can get up and have a slow morning in the morning, and you don't, or, I'm going to have a salad for lunch so that I can start really reframing the way that I see food and see it as nourishment instead of just a good meal, and you don't. If you were looking at a friend and every time she gave you her word, she didn't keep her word, slowly but surely you're going to begin to not trust that friend. You're going to look at that friend as someone that's not truthful, someone that's not dependable. The same with you, girl. We have to keep our word to ourselves. I need to go to bed early. Even if no one is around to hold me accountable to my word, I said it to myself. I'm building a friendship with myself. So I'm going to be honest with my new friend, and I'm going to keep my word to my new friend. If I just meet somebody and I tell her, okay, I'm going to meet you at this restaurant at 3:00, you can bet your bottom dollar I'm going to be there. Why? Because I'm keeping my word. I honor my word. We have to do that to ourselves and with ourselves as well, so that we can learn to trust ourselves, and we know that this is a safe space. I am my own bestie. So if I'm not going to lie to my bestie or mislead my bestie or say one thing and do another to my bestie, I'm not gonna do it to me. Honor yourself to honor your word. It's really just that easy, because you have to create a safe space for yourself. And then you begin to fall in love with that version more and more. And that's really where the bestie for the restie starts. Because, okay, I kept my word. Wow, look at me keeping my word. Or I honor myself enough to keep my word. I love myself enough to show up when I say that I'm going to show up to and for me. I do not break my word to people. And so I had to start calling myself out. Like, okay, you told that girl that you were going to do this, that, and the third, and you did it. You told your mama, I'm coming over to see you and daddy, and you showed up. You told your husband, I'll be ready at 7 o'clock to go to the restaurant. You were ready at 7 o'clock. How you keep your word to everybody else and not you is crazy. I'm talking to myself, not you. It's crazy. So I had to call myself out like, girl, this is where it all starts. This is home. This is home. This is where it starts. Keep your word. And don't tell me something if you're not going to keep your word. Hold yourself accountable. And I keep talking about mirror work, and that's the last point, is looking in the mirror. In the mirror, if I'm telling myself, I'm looking at myself in the mirror and saying, Shamika, tomorrow we are starting our next level of eating.
Because it's levels. I just can't transform overnight.
Sometimes I can go cold turkey, but it depends on what it is. I'm just taking myself from level to level. So I have to keep my word to myself. I said it, so I have to stick to it. That's how you build trust. The reason we know that our parents are going to do what they say they're going to do is because they've always done what they said they were going to do. That's why I trust my husband. If my husband tells me, okay, next weekend we're going to church,
It's pretty much where we go.
if my husband tells me, don't worry about the bills, the mortgage is paid, the lights are paid, the gas is paid, your car note is paid, your car insurance is paid. If he tells me all of those things and then I come home one day and the lights are out, or we don't have any gas, or my car gets, I was about to say evicted. No, your car don't get evicted. What do your car get? Your car gets repossessed. If my car gets repossessed, then, he didn't keep his word. I'm not going to trust him the next time around. I'm going to be like,
you said you paid the bill, but I don't know. I don't know if you really paid it.
That's how trust is built, by keeping your word. So keep your word to yourself and watch you fall in love with yourself. And the last way we will become our own best friend and fall deeply, madly in love with ourselves is by mirror work. Now, this type of mirror work is less about manifesting and more about falling in love with what you see in the mirror. So look in the mirror, and every single positive thing that you can say it.
Look at your beautiful eyes. Look at that cute little nose you have. Oh, girl. Your ears. How lovely are your ears?
And it's not just about physical appearance. Talk about your heart. You are the most kind heart that I've ever seen. Your heart is like pure gold. Your mind is brilliant. How do you come up with all of these great ideas? How do you think as fast as you think? How do you think as thoroughly as you think? I am absolutely impressed by your work ethic. I admire your tenacity. You don't let anything stop you. Literally, whatever you can think of. Who doesn't fall in love with people that compliment them? That's why the guys, they know what to say, okay? The men, they know what to say to get us to fall in love with them. Yeah, they are gonna compliment us like,
girl, you fine. Girl, you wearing that dress, or whatever the guys say. I don't know.
My husband calls me beautiful all the time. Oh, baby, you look so beautiful. I be like, thank you. I can be looking a mess, and my husband gonna still say, baby, you look so beautiful. Thank you. They know what to say, but they know what to say because they know that compliments help you fall in love with them, which is what they want. Who doesn't listen to people that are complimentary toward them? Who does not eventually become attracted to, and even if it's not romantic, just in a platonic way, attracted to people that compliment them and make them feel good? They build our self-esteem externally while we do the internal work, right? They're saying things to us that make us feel good on the outside. That's how you build a friendship with yourself. Talk nice to yourself every day in the mirror. Say something nice about you, to you, for you every single day. Daily mirror work. I have a non-negotiable, a part of my slow morning routine. While I'm brushing my teeth, I'm looking at myself in the mirror because obviously,
well, I don't know, do people brush their teeth and look in the mirror, right? It's kind of, right? So it's a sink and then a mirror. That's kind of normal, right? I hope so.
I mean, that's normal for me. So I'm looking in the mirror while I'm brushing my teeth. I'm saying my affirmations. And I'm saying them through like, you are so beautiful. I mean, I can't hear it plainly, but I know what I'm saying. I know that I'm affirming myself. But I took it to the next level by speaking to who I am becoming. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are such a great steward over the millions that God blessed you with. That's more futuristic. I'm not there yet, but I speak it because I believe that life and death is in the power of our tongue. I believe that we can decree a thing and so shall it be. That's the word, and I believe and stand on the word. So that is how you will fall in love with yourself, by complimenting and affirming yourself in the mirror every single day. And guess what? You're going to start craving that, especially if you don't get it from anybody else all day. You're going to start craving that alone time with yourself in the mirror. And it's different than talking nicely to yourself, because you can be anywhere and speak nicely to yourself. You should be anywhere, driving, in a meeting, and you think a nice thought to yourself, or, you know, cleaning up your house and you think something nice, or you say it out loud. That's different than looking in the mirror and talking to the reflection like, girl, you are that deal. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. You're the most amazing person that I know. Yeah, you're beautiful on the outside, but your beauty is super captivating on the inside. You are the warmest heart that I know, and I'm so blessed to know you. Literally, talk to yourself like you are your best friend. How do we gas our best friends up? Even if they don't look as cute as we think they can look, we gonna tell them like, girl,
You are wearing that, okay?
and don't let somebody mistreat your best friend. You gonna be upset about it. Like, how dare you talk to my bestie like that? That's what you're not gonna do. You never gonna disrespect her. Do all of that for you and watch you fall madly in love with yourself. So that's it, girl. That's how we are going to fall in love with ourselves and become our own best friend. And once you have that down pat, I promise you, your tribe will be easily identified if they're not there already waiting for you to get what you need internally and then get what they offer you externally. I'm telling you, it's gonna come very, very easy, but you have to remember that you are first. You're your first friend. You're your first love. Oh, that's another episode, girl. Don't fall in love with him before you fall in love with yourself. It's impossible. The Bible says, love thy neighbor as thyself. So before you can love anybody else, you gotta love yourself. So do the work, fall in love with yourself, be your own bestie for the restie. And when all else fails, girl, you have me here. If you wanna go on a cutesy little date, call me. I'll go on a date with you. Listen, I don't care where you live. You in Nigeria, I will fly to Nigeria. You in San Fran, I will fly to San Fran. I love Houston. You in Houston, invite me. I will come and have dinner with you. Okay, you are not alone. You are never alone. You're amazing. You're fearfully and wonderfully made. You're that deal, that girl. Never forget these things. Add these to your affirmations. You're above only and not beneath, the lender, not the borrower. You're the it factor. You're the main character. All of those wonderful things. That is who and what you are. So thank you for coming by today, girl. I hope you enjoyed it. I just love our time together. I truly, truly love it. And just remember that you have somebody here that's rooting for you, that's praying for you, and want you to succeed in whatever area you want to succeed in. I am here for you. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye.